We are into December, so firmly into Christmas movie territory.
And unlike, if you're not Matt, it's not easy to elbow new films into the festive schedules, you know, when you kind of say, these are the old favourites, this is what I'm going to watch. Last year, though, Your Christmas, All Mine got such a good reception, a sequel's been made.
The idea is a young couple gearing up for their second Christmas together as they travel to a luxury ski resort. Very different families. Let's take a look.
Blame your dad's directions.
Hey, I missed out the roadworks on the M42.
Look, you missed out the entire M42. We spent an hour behind a road gritter in Redditch.
And I thought it was the Austrians I was going to have trouble understanding.
Diane, meet the Taylors.
You've done well there, old man. I thought she was your carer.
Yeah, it's nice to see you too, Jeff.
Yeah.
I love your outfits.
Thank you. My stylist will be thrilled.
Oh, man. Mum would have loved all this.
No, Jeff, she wouldn't. She would have absolutely hated it.
I do miss her, you know, Kath.
Do you think your sisters will be back with her on New Year's Eve?
Yeah.
We've got Angela, Griffin and Cora, Kirk with us now. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Hello. Do you know, we'll talk about the film in a minute. Family Christmases and all the angst that goes with it. Top tip for anyone, because, you know, the families come together and they're not always the same, often very different backgrounds, like in the film. Top tips for dealing with it, or how you deal with it.
I think you've just got to say it's one day. It's just one day.
Put it into
we don't
perspective.
have too much angst in our house yet. Absolutely put it into perspective. It's one day. We can deal with anybody for one day.
Yeah. Very mature attitude, Angela. Cora?
I think mine's a bit less mature. Just get very drunk. So you can't...
That helps.
That would probably help. Yeah.
I suppose, in a way, the thing that this film and the previous one as well taps into is the idea that you can't choose your relatives, or that you can't, can you?
No.
And somewhere in the mix, there's going to be someone who is, you know, there's going to be a clash.
But I think it always makes it a little bit more fun, though.
No, it
doesn't
can be funny. That's
Gives
the
it
whole
a bit
point.
of texture. A bit of texture to Christmas Day.
How are you both in the cold? Because, Matt, I mean, it's been really cold here. You were filming, well, it says Innsbruck in Austria. I don't know if it was there, but... and you weren't allowed to ski.
No, well, you were. You did.
Well, yeah, we weren't supposed to. We weren't supposed to be skiing.
Ooh,
yeah.
rule breaker.
A few people did kind of go off-piste and actually go skiing. But we did actually film. We did film in Innsbruck, in Austria. The first film that we did last year, we actually shot that in August, and that was in this country, and we were in full sweaters, coats, the whole shebang, and it was 30 degrees. But this time, it wasn't 30 degrees. It was real snow, and it was... do you know what? I was all right. It was the altitude, funnily enough, that got me rather than the cold. We were super, super high up because we were shooting in April, so you're chasing the snow to try and find the snow. We ended up on a glacier, and it's the breathing, the congestion, but it was so much fun. It was double fun.
We should probably explain. So we have mother and daughter here in the film, don't we?
We have.
Do you want to, Cora, do you just want to explain the dynamic? What's the problem?
The problem with...
As in, the film sort of sets up a scenario where it's all going to go a bit...
awry.
Yeah.
So I think it's safe to say people have seen in the trailer that Hayley finds a ring.
That's you.
That's me, Hayley. And we're on the side of a mountain, and I think she's a bit like... I'm not sure what this is. I'm not sure if this is what I want. And again, in this film, like the last film, Hayley and James have been separated for reasons that you will find out in the film. But our dynamic, I was saying this earlier, in the first film, Hayley is a real fish out of water in the other house. And she's with James's family, and she feels very like, oh, my gosh. Yeah. And Kath is much more of a grounding force in the first film. And in the second film, you're the fish out of water.
Yeah, I'm the fish out of water.
And because Hayley knows the family and has sort of become part of the family, it's sort of the roles reversed.
That's it, exactly.
And we come together a lot more to support each other.
Yeah, that's it, exactly. It's the first film, it was... So Asa Butterfield plays James, and he comes from quite a well-to-do family. And then Hayley comes from Macclesfield, not so far from here, and we are... working class. No, Jeff, Danny Mays, plays an ice cream man. And so the two kind of Christmases clash. They both end up at each other's house. Then this Christmas, they go, right, let's all go skiing. And so they end up on the side of the mountain. And drama ensues as they separate off into their separate holidays. But it's that clash of culture, it's that clash of class, I suppose. There's a few assumptions that are made that maybe shouldn't be made.
On both sides?
Yeah, on both sides, absolutely on both sides. But ultimately, it's about family. It's not what you've got, it's who you've got.
When we were introducing the film, we were saying that it's pretty hard to change your traditions over Christmas, you know, when you watch films. So everyone will have one, apart from Matt, who just suggested a new one on Netflix. So it's quite usual that you have your traditional ones, isn't it? What are your go-tos at Christmas?
Mine is...
And you're not allowed to say your Christmas or mine too.
What, the go-to film to watch?
Yes.
Oh, my gosh. Elf.
Oh, yes.
On Christmas Eve, we've absolutely got to do Elf. I mean, I go through all of them, but I mean, this film does go into there now, but it is Home Alone, Elf.
So you're traditional, modern, OK. Cora?
Yeah. The Snowman.
Oh.
Yeah, and The Grinch.
Yeah.
My two top Christmas Eve.
I'll put the Polar Express in the mix.
No, don't
as
be
well.
daft.
OK. Well,
The Polar
look, I've just put it on the list, so you can't tell me not to. It's on the list.
Look, anyone can have any Christmas they want, Cora.
Yeah, that's not the Christmas spirit,
Is it a really dictatorial Christmas at your place, is it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's Cora's way or no way, eh?
I don't know if I've actually watched it to the end. Is that really bad?
What, the Polar Express?
Yeah.
Well, listen, I'm going to get in touch with Tom Hanks now and say that you've banned it from your... he'll be most disappointed.
I hear he was looking to work with you.
Huh?
He was thinking about working with you recently, but
Yeah.
He's
And then
watching
he heard that BBC
You're off the
Breakfast.
list. Too late now.
I know,
Too
yeah.
late now, Cora. You've how to diss Tom Hanks on the telly. It's been lovely talking to you both.
Oh,
Have a
thank
lovely
you.
Christmas.
Thank you
Whatever
very
you're up
much.
to, whatever you're watching. Thank you both. Angela Griffin, Cora Cat, thank you. You can watch Your Christmas or Mine too from tomorrow when it's on Amazon Prime Video.
You're watching BBC Breakfast. Time now is 8:59. Let's have a look at the headlines for you this morning.